We are live. It is Sunday night, AOK Championship Wrestling. Right here for you every Sunday night, every Wednesday night. Let's get into tonight's matchups. Let's talk about them. Larry the Hippie to take on Kenny Dale, the newcomer. The High Justice Logan Hawk to take on the returning Tank. Six-man tag match, the Hinkledimers with The Hinkledimers with Grizz Kuklinski to take on the Faces of Fear with Chris Chaos on their side. Interesting matchup right there. The Empress Sparrow to take on Lilith. Bud Marvelous has asked for a rematch, as he very well should have, against the debuting Jack Reason. After that count out, we'll be talking more about that a little bit later. Johnny Cruz to take on the Coyote Kid. And listen to this lineup. Amadeus getting his shot at Torrance Benjamin in the Intercontinental Championship here tonight. KX gets his opportunity against Dean Graves. And man, oh man, after last episode's main event, topic over the last couple days here in the AOK studios and head offices, and I got a stack. Listen to this. I want you guys to, do you hear this? That's a stack of memos about Prestige not being here. Some of them, listen to this. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? It is a stack. That is a stack of memos. I printed out emails. This is everything that I've dealt with since Prestige was out the door by Zakk the Ripper. But we're going to come back to that a little bit later. We're going to talk about tonight's main event, which is directly connected to that. James Coleman has challenged Zakk the Ripper to a casket match after Coleman was forced to have Prestige end his career here with AOK. So he would say, casket match to bury your career. Zakk the Ripper, of course, no stranger to casket matches, agreed to it. So that is our main event. Coleman, Zakk the Ripper, casket match, World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Good golly, god damn it, let's get ready to go here. Start the show with Big Larry the Hippie, the King Bean himself, taking on Kenny Dale, the newcomer, with zero background information. My boy, corner in the corner over here. Corner in the corner. You got me over here sounding like I'm yodeling. Woo! Baby, the Ace of Knaves, your host. And man, I'm in rare form tonight, boy. I'm just getting started. Got myself a little shot of that Joker juice. And god damn it, are we feeling pretty good about it. Ooh, it's a long-ass loading screen, or am I just high? Could be a little bit of both. No holds barred. Larry going to kick it off here for us. I do want to welcome everybody in. Let me get back to my intros. I went right into it, man. I wanted to get into that main event information with Coleman and Zakk the Ripper. Well, welcome, man. I am your host, the Ace of Knaves. You guys are tuning in for Sunday night AOK Championship Wrestling. We try to bring you the absolutely best in pixelated violence. Week after week, Sunday after Sunday, Wednesday after Wednesday. And I do appreciate everybody coming in. Grab your seat. Get your big foam finger. Get it out of your nose. Put it under your butt for a more comfy fit. Or better yet, get out of your seat and dance along.
Making his way to the ring from New York,
with the pacifist, the King Bee.
28 pounds, Larry the Hippie.
You heard him, Larry the Hippie. Ring announcer Wayne Kerr. As always, AOK truthful there. Wayne has been our ring announcer since the dawn of time, along with head referee Joe Brony. A long list of other ridiculousness. It's been a while since I'm hoping maybe we can bring back some of those other referees. Referee Lou was always a good one to have around. And everybody's sweetheart of the ring. Everybody's sweetheart of the ring. Referee Genitalia. Jenna Taylor. I'm sorry, Jenna Taylor. Man, what a good times that was. Kenny Dale. Our first, I don't want to say our first good look at him. He
the superstar, Kenny Arthur.
got himself up into the Royal Rumble. Didn't last too terribly long. Made alright out. Made okay for himself. Sent over to us by our boy Alfie overseas. Should just change his stream handle to that. Just Alfie overseas. I have his hands full tonight. Larry the Hippie again. Chasing after that hardcore title. Which again makes zero sense to me, but claims to be a pacifist, but he's ready to take the hardcore title to new heights, he says. He will have to worry about Mr. Kenny Dale before he starts worrying about anything that the Grizz has going on. So far, the Hippie, spoke too soon to say the Hippie's starting out pretty tough there, but Dale back to his feet. Putting the hammer down here on the Hippie. Vicious attack on the throat. And a clothesline that fires back to Hippie, looking to bring it back around here. Corner giving us a shout out there with a happy Sunday. You know it, brother. To the Sabbath, you say. Smoke on something. Always kicking that lemon haze again for the week. And the Hippie launched out over the top rope. No holds barred here tonight. Got a lot of matches here. One of those nights at AOK is happy to have everybody on the roster and in 99.1% health. So we're going to put them through the stages. No holds barred, extreme rules, casket matches. Yeah, boy. The Hippie bringing it back inside the ring, looking to keep this one up for the viewers to get a good look at. Dale introducing the Hippie to the corner. Dale all the way up. A high angled flapjack. And the Hippie goes nose first into the mat. We got ourselves a Singapore King. Dale swings and makes solid connection right to the coconut of the Hippie. Rolls him over, looks for the pinfall. Joe Brony there for the cover. Gets it too. From behind, crossroads. And the Hippie shakes it off. Look at this. Not only does he shake it off, but he fires back. The Hippie, King Bean, our referee steps right in the way of that Irish whip. And welcome in anybody coming into the to the arena here tonight. Grab a seat. Catch up on the action here tonight. We're watching Larry the Hippie take on Kenny Dale. And Dale back to his feet with that corkscrew leg takedown. The Hippie been busted open. Looks like maybe the corner of his own glasses grazed in there. And the Hippie looking to put Dale to sleep with a little jawbreaker action. Changed all that. This rookie, Dale, this is maybe only his second matchup here in AOK, including the Royal Rumble. Gets a 2 count. And again, back to it. That attack on the jaw and throat area. Man, I mean, if that ain't an attack on the throat area, ain't nothing. A choke slam is definitely none too good for the thorax. Thorax? That's larynx. And the other part of the body. A Hippie going low with that one, just above the belt line. And we got a pinfall attempt. I don't believe he's going to get it. Gets a 2. Bud Marvelous. Bud Marvelous making his entrance into chat. Found himself a seat. Come on in here beside us, buddy. You might have come down here and sit at ringside with us. Bud Marvelous joining us here in chat. And we got another pinfall. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that started the MWA movement. Coming in, excuse me. Hold on for that intro, bud, because we got more important things, even more important than the Marvelous one. Pinfall attempt off the Spanish announce table. That's what he wants to call it, the Spanish announce table. The Hippie gets a 2 count on it. But Bud Marvelous, man, he is the man, the mastermind behind the Marvelous Wrestling Alliance. And this is coming to fruition little by little as corner studies. A near pinfall attempt here inside the ring as corner studies. And I Am Pooty, I believe 227. I Am Pooty, I'm not sure if he has made his way in yet tonight. Of course, these 3 small streamers coming together. 4 streamers once Bud Marvelous gets himself back under control. The Marvelous Wrestling Alliance, these 3 streamers, 4 streamers coming together. Like-minded individuals. Building a community through the chat, through each other. Each one bringing just a little bit different energy. But every one of them giving you the same amount of excitement, the same amount of action twice a week. You can catch any one of us twice a week. So if you're not already, do me a favor, get in the chat, go over, follow Corner Studies. Follow I Am Pooty 227. Follow Bud Marvelous. And join the territories as the Marvelous Wrestling Alliance, the MWA of Twitch, looks to take over just a little bit at a time. We're not trying to come out here and trying to change the landscape immediately. We want to slowly build this, man. We want to quickly build it, mind you. Quickly build it, because it is quickly building. It is quickly building. There's no real slow grind to it except for on our end. It's the slow grind that we got to put into it. We're not trying to burst on the scene and make... What we're trying to do is create a community that is as non-toxic to each other as we possibly can, that just enjoys not only the art form of professional wrestling, but the art form of streaming, of the camaraderie that we can all have on a common bond through something as, I don't want to say insignificant, but something as small as a video game or a professional sport, or even just friendship, because we know each other, and some of us know each other genuinely in real life. But I can almost tell you right now, another two, I will interrupt that. I thought that might have been a 3 count. I'll tell you right now, any one of the guys in chat right now, if I don't already know them in person, I would be more than happy to run into them and spend time with them in person. Everybody in that chat is the real deal. Absolutely the real deal. As a matter of fact, Bud Marvelous and I, we're actually looking at an opportunity to spend some time next weekend together. But we're not sure if that's still going to be a possibility, but it won't be the first time, and I assure you, even if it's a missed opportunity this time, another one is just around the corner at any given time. Yeah, man, being an adult sucks. I've been doing it for a while, and I would like my money back. I ain't even gonna lie. I want somebody to just... all that stuff as a teenager, like, I think it should have evened out. This ain't... we got a pinfall attempt off a hip toss. Hippie trying to take it. Hippie trying to take it with a hip toss. I mean, I don't have a receipt anymore, man, but I think there should be some sort of warranty on this bullshit. But Marvelous, you know, I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times, man. If we want to go do childish things, man, we got to go make that grown-up money. Preaching tonight, boy. It's that Joker juice. Woo! It's that Joker juice. And I wish to say it was alcohol, but really is nothing more than just a sugar-free monster. That's all. That's the other one, man. You'll find way cheaper hobbies, dude. Way, like, for real. This is a real deal. I've talked over most of this match. I'm not gonna lie. Talked over most of this match, but that's also because I'm all strung up on the juice here. Anyway, and that's it. I'm not even, and so I started playing D&D most recently, just like seriously for like the last couple months. And one of the reasons was like, oh, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be one of those hobbies. I don't even have, all I need is a set of dice, notebook, and a pen. That's all. OTM, welcome in, bro. Welcome in tonight, man. Welcome in. Grab your seat. Got yourself, your boy's got his match in the world title scene tonight. Main event. We'll talk on that in just a moment. But yeah, I jumped into D&D because, you know, you need 3 things. 4 if you count your imagination. And yeah, I'm been way deeper. I'm not in deep, but I got more money into it than I look at this. Don't Bud Marvelous with a sub. 3 count. The hippie taking him out with the fertile crescent kick. And we got a winner here tonight in the opening match, Larry the Hippie. Picking up a victory to start this matchup, start this show for us. Kenny Dell needs to get his act together here. Back to what you were saying there, Bud Marvelous. Yes, I believe just about every match on the card tonight is it going to be a danger to the participants. As Logan Hawk takes on Tank, returning superstar. Tank having his matchup last week against KX. KX coming up a little short on that, but Logan Hawk looking to put a stop to any kind of steam that the Tank is trying to get behind him. This has been a good start to the night. Leader of the MWA joining us in chat. OTM looking to be back into the chat here as well. Hoping to see On the Mat Wrestling return to Twitch and get it going as well. On the Mat Wrestling, another organization that was on the brink of the MWA, looking to join, hopefully pull that back together. Everybody in chat, everybody on the count of 3, shout out Meg. Yep. And then I'm going to go hang out with these people with sharp objects nearby. So, yeah. Welcome in, Meg. Good workout, kid. Good workout. Big Logan Hawk, the High Justice. And makes his entrance. Big Logan here. He did a little bit of bump in the road here. Phone himself, we hit height train level 1. Come on, guys. What are we doing? Who's doing that? What was that all about? Let's be careful. Let's be careful. We're going to be on the tracks. His opponent.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 245 pounds, Tank.
Tank, the 245-pound Chia Pet. The buff Corey Matthews. Scott Farkas's best friend Toad, all grown up. And if you've caught all of those references, congratulations. 10 points to Gryffindor. Here we go, locking up. Now here's the thing: Logan Hawk definitely has a size advantage, but I'm not sure he's really got a strength advantage in this matchup. I mean, he does definitely, and is definitely using that size advantage and that to his favor. Keeping the much shorter Tank completely grounded to the mat. Locking horns. And Logan again. There's Joe Brony for the second time tonight. Joe for the second time tonight being up there in the all up in the business of the wrestlers, almost in the way. Yeah, Logan Hawk thinned himself out a little bit. I want to say in the off season, in about the 2 weeks it took me to rebuild everybody. Trimmed himself up, found himself a good diet, good workout regimen. I don't believe it. Oh man, what a clothesline. Multiple chairs to the back for Logan, a clothesline. Landing Tank right on the discarded steel chair. Scoops him up and slams him down. I will notice though that Logan kind of favoring that right arm a little bit. Another big slam from the shoulder. And now Logan one more time with that steel chair coming in. Tank. Back elbow off the rebound from the Irish whip. Follows that up with another standing elbow drop. A little bit of finesse with that one, Tank. Showing off a little bit. Extreme Rules matchup. We got it cover. Referee calls 2 on that one. Tank one more time with that elbow drop. I mean, I believe in dieting if it's, I don't even want to say diet, I guess it's a diet. I think portion control. I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I don't do any of this. I want you to know that. Before I say anything else, I am not speaking from any professional point of view by any means. But Logan Hawk almost winning off that Samoan drop there. But, yeah, I believe that, you should persuade your diet one way or the other. I believe, like, there are times where you should be eating more proteins and less carbs, and then more carbs and less proteins. You know what I mean? And I believe you should probably do that, like, every so many weeks. Swap them out for, like, proteins for a full week and then carbs for a full week kind of thing. But, again, I don't put forth the effort to do that. But I think that probably wouldn't be a bad course to go with. But also, coupling that with legit physical fitness. You know what I mean? One or the other by themselves. Though, to your point, the fitness without dieting, I can see the benefit of that too. I can see how that would work for somebody as well. I mean, 213 was the best I was ever at, as far as, and not overweight, but I was too big for my own body. Like, that was bigger than I had ever been, and I was clumsy as shit. You know, I was clumsy as shit, man. Taking up more space than what I was used to. Walking into walls. Horrible. See, and that's the thing. I mean, first of all, like, at my age, I mean, not that I'm old, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I want to eat a Tony's Pizza, I can't do that anyway. Pinfall attempt, tank. See, Corner and I agree. That's another thing. Like, I'm a walker. Like, I don't drive many places. You know what I mean? I don't go, like, I walk. You know? And I might, you know, for me to walk to work, that's almost an hour one way. Then I'm going to work 8 hours and I'm going to walk back home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on my feet all day during that 8 hours. Tornado powerbomb, not enough to put Logan Hawk down either, and Tank completely frustrated by that. But also, like you, I also will eat legitimately anything. I mean, I don't know if our buddy Kim Bouchard is in here or not, but there's documentation of me eating some ridiculous shit. Like, man, high justice. The hammer of justice comes crashing down on Tank, and he kicks out. Out at 2. Wow, Toasty Wood. Go on here. Tank waiting for Logan Hawk to get back up, just to wind that arm up and take him back down. I've been hiking in Scotland on the treadmill, a lot of inclines, and started the gym after work. The rest of my day is off. I think I went too shabby. Look at this, Logan Hawk, face first. What an oversell. What an oversell. And he just Shawn Michaeled him with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not overweight. I mean, not really. I feel pretty healthy. That's what I get at. Like, I feel healthy enough to do the things that I want to do. Do I do the things that I used to do? No. You know what I mean? No, I'm not doing the shit I used to do. Why? Because I'm much older and much smarter. That's why. You know, there's just certain things that I don't need to do anymore. But the things that I do want to do, I'm healthy enough to do those. And that's probably all the fitness gurus speak you should probably get out of some middle-aged chubby dude with receding hairline. You know what I mean? Like, the hell do I know? I'm on the eat what you want, be healthy. You know what I mean? Eat what you want, be happy. But also, like, take care of your health the best you can. You know what I mean? Do the best you can with it. You may not have, you may not have been blessed with being able to just eat what you want. And if that's the case, well, do what you need to, man. Logan Hawk off the ropes, head full of steam and a big splash. Diving headbutt one more time, and Tank fires back again. Look at this, Logan taken for the ride with a back body drop, and Tank's not done yet. Spine buster. Yeah, now, again, yeah, soda, I will say, is probably one of the absolute fastest way to lose and feel better. A few years ago, probably about 15 years ago or so, 10 years ago, I jumped off of soda, like, dropped Mountain Dew completely out of my diet. Like, there was none. I think I lost like 10 pounds in like a week and a half. Like, Samoan drop on the outside is pretty much how my weight went. And we got all kinds of weaponry laying around this ring. But I will say, cutting meat out of your life might be the hardest part of it. Oh, look at that. We got another follow. Megan, thank you so much. I do see that. I appreciate that. What a way to keep this thing moving for us. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, even if it is a girl. Just kidding. Don't call it a girl. And Tank putting down Logan Hawk for the 3 count. Holy shit. Holy shit. Corner says mead would be better than beer. Yeah, you're not wrong on that. If I ate meat, I'd have problems. I would probably have problems if I didn't eat meat, man. Like, beef is my emotional support animal. Lamb, like, I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of furry 4-legged creatures. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's But also, I don't hunt. Like, I don't. You know what I mean? And that's it. I don't particularly care for seafood. I don't particularly care for seafood. But yeah, that's. But again, my wife does. So that's always a. Yeah. And see, but I just made a roast the other night, man. Matter of fact, I believe Lilith will be putting together a little leftover roast bullshit together. That was a hot topic. Boys think they can. The Hillbillies, the Ankle Dimers, with Grizz, the Hardcore Champion, to take on the new faces of Fear. I believe are the tag team champions, if I'm not mistaken, with Chris Chaos, a former Intercontinental Champion, former Hardcore Champion. This has been a long loading screen. I'm starting to get concerned. Yeah, boy. There's more Spencers in the back corner, boys. Come on, man. Are you gonna give us a little blue bar, maybe? We're gonna get. Please don't crash on us. That would suck. That would be. Now they're the Home Depot boys. aisle 17. Actually, weren't these guys at the Ren Fair last year? Yeah, I believe we're going to see a lot of gold. If I'm not mistaken, I know this sounds stupid, but sometimes I get too many chair shots. Sometimes I forget, but I'm pretty sure we're about to see a whole bunch of AOK gold in this matchup. Like I said, I'm still a little bit off my game here, man. I got a weird week ahead of me. My schedule is calling me. I will be just catching up with everybody as this week goes forward.
At a combined weight of 666 pounds.
Ooh. The Hinkledimers with Grizz Kuklinski, and I am not sure what these three are doing. And where's the... What is the... You guys can't hear the entrance music anyway. But that was not their entrance music. I want to throw that out there while I'm at it, too. The Hinkledimers and Grizz. What a solid stable this became quick. And the Hinkledimers, of course, longtime tag team champions of AOK. These guys have been they've been around for quite a few seasons. An absolute terror to the tag team division. Grizz rolls in rookie year. Has only been with the company for a total of about 3 or 4 in-game months. Quickly found allegiance here with the Hinkledimers, and man oh man, solidifying a CSW AOK crossover. The new faces of Fear, the World Tag Team Champions.
At a combined weight of 585 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, the Faces of Fear.
Crom and Rex. Somewhere along the Outlands. Worshippers of Set, or whatever it is. Another reference for you to track around. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, like... Oh, they're getting my wallet. You know what I mean? They're getting my wallet. Don't get me wrong at all. Like... Yeah, I mean, all they got to do, they may not even have to ask. I mean, that might just be my first response. A couple of big boys, monsters. And the final opponent.
And from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 160 pounds. The Terror, Chris Chaos.
Creepy Chris Chaos. Blessing us with his demonic possession throughout this strange entrance. There he is. IKB, welcome in tonight, my friend. How are you? Glad you could make it in. Grab yourself a seat. I hope that you are comfortable. I hope you had a good day today. It's all worth it in the end. And BTW, while we're at it, how is Lady D? Since last week we really talked. Doing better. She back up. She back to her regular Lady D-ness. Baby Venus? Did you drop your phone? Oh, there we go. Just finished the movie Fantasy Island. I haven't seen that yet. Is that like Fantasy Island, like the movie from from the TV show? Is it like that kind of movie? Tornado tag, 6-man. I'm not even going to try to call this match because there's going to be bodies flying everywhere, and there are entirely way too many people that look too much alike in this matchup for me to try to determine whether it's Omer, Cletus, Grizz, Rex Crom, or Chris Chaos, the only one standing out. Oh, okay. Alright. I was wondering if it was like Fantasy Island, you know, like, they play. That's what I was trying to verify. Gotcha. Which, by the way, they might want to do the Fantasy Island movie based on this. Oh, it is. Okay. Alright. Cool. Now I'm with you. Look, I totally... So let me learn... Alright, let me learn how to read my chat. I totally read Corner's comment or question as your response to my... So yeah. Now that I know how to do my job, let me return back to Corner's question and say, yes, I do remember Adventure Island audience. Matter of fact, I might even still have that. I might have that cartridge here. I'll have to dig through the old... maybe not. I don't know if I have that one or not. Near pinfall by that one, I'm not sure who was going for it. It looks like the Hinkledimers might have been coming up short had that pinfall succeeded. Omer T. Hinkledimmer with a full moonsault, almost a shooting star press from the top rope. Says he's been practicing that out of the loft of the bar. Yeah, I need to dig up a fairy tale ending. I need to dig up myself an old tube television to hook my get my NES back up and had it connected to a couple of flat screens and it just don't do it. Like, it just don't work. I mean, A, the photon gun doesn't work. Let's start there. The power gun doesn't work on a flat screen. But other than that, it's just a whole NES on a plasma TV. We need an old school tube television, preferably black and white at this point. I don't want to go that far, but yeah. Chaos just being absolutely manhandled here by Omer. The Grizz, the hardcore champion, has Crom in a bad spot, reverses it. Crom with some right hands in the center of the ring. Up to the shoulder. And a power slam on the outside. The Hillbilly's having a little bit of trouble here. Nope. Spoke too soon. At least Omer gets a few shots in. Chaos. Working at 8:40 tomorrow, so I should be under that hour I have you. Alright, yep, I will be here. Rest easy. I'll lull you to sleep with the smooth sounds of AOK. The very best pixelated violence over the airwaves. Let's turn it back to the 8s. Anyway. Man, it's gonna be a long night like that. I tell you. Yeah, it was a big, as far as NES goes, corner. Ours was Double Dragon. Double Dragon 2. We remember spending hours. Another near pinfall. I remember spending hours. I remember the night we beat. I remember the night we finally completely beat Double Dragon 2. Right. It was like 4 a.m., 4:30 for an entire weekend. Running on running on Jolt Cola. Jolt Cola and Cold Ranch Doritos, man. We were tearing it up. Dropping controllers, waking my parents up. It was a bad time. It was a good time to be a kid. It was a bad time to be a kid to wake your parents up. Especially over a fucking video game. Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, you might have remembered to write down that code correctly. You might have remembered that code correctly. We got a power bomb and a cover. The Grizz shoulders down for the 2. A hardcore champ, this kind of battle should be right up his alley. There's so much chaos going on. Speaking of chaos, looking for a cover. Gets a 1 count. Looks like Omer getting that shoulder up. Though House of Pan Podwaho stumbled across an old PlayStation 2 memory card not that long ago, and was able to access it and find some really cool stuff that we had totally forgotten about. Not to mention some of the dates that were on it. How long that thing must have sat somewhere. Prince of Persia from like 2002, 2003. And this is just recently, like within the last probably year and a half that he found it. Somewhere in my parents' house, I'd like to stumble across my old Tomb Raider memory card. Hey, it was one of those ones that was shaped like Lara Croft. Problem with it was I couldn't use my wireless remote. Couldn't use my wireless controller. Her tits blocked it. Her tits on the damn thing blocked the infrared. I had to make sure I used a regular memory card with those games, or regular controller. But yeah, I was a big Lara Croft. I was a big Tomb Raider fan, man. I played the hell out of all of them. A roll up chaos, almost getting one over on the hardcore champ. Falling power slam. And an uppercut. Man, did he catch Grizz out of... Man, did he catch him with that. Completely blindsiding Grizz with that uppercut. And Chaos staying on the assault. As the Hinkeldimers double team Crom outside the ring. Grizz Kuklinski getting double teamed on the inside. Omer finally coming in to help out his teammate, but it might be too little too late. Standing power slam. Pinfall attempt. Crom, or I'm sorry, Rex gets the 2 count. This is getting tough. Another pinfall attempt from behind. Chaos shoulders down. Omer T picking up the victory for the Hinkeldimers.
Here are your winners.
Clan Hillbilly. We'll give them a good name at some point. The Hinks. The Hicks. The boys from the back sticks. The fighting Hinkeldimers have scored again. Some women's action coming up next. Falls Count Anywhere. The Empress Sparrow take on the irresistible force Lilith. Moving right through here, we're going to go over some more of that card for anybody just joining us. First of all, welcome in. I am your host, the Ace of Knaves, and you are watching AOK Championship Wrestling on Sunday night. Following this matchup between the Empress and Lilith, Bud Marvelous gets his rematch against Jack Reason. And we'll get into that as we go. Johnny Cruz returning to AOK action tonight against the Coyote Kid. Intercontinental title on the line as Project Clown states its claim towards another title when Amadeus challenges the almighty Torrance Benjamin for that coveted Intercontinental Championship. Newcomer KX to take on Dean Graves, the Rebel, will be in action. And of course, our main event. James Coleman. James Coleman challenging Zakk the Ripper to a casket match for the world title. Zakk the Ripper, of course, forcing Prestige's hand. It has claimed that if he couldn't beat Zakk the Ripper, he would leave AOK. James Coleman, of course, getting his hand literally forced to make the 3 count to begin the exit of Prestige. Zakk the Ripper picking up that victory. James Coleman, yeah, listen, now that Prestige ain't here, and I don't care if Coleman knows it or not. I don't care if Coleman hears it or not. Whether you guys know it or not, as much as Prestige and Coleman battled each other, there's history there. There's a long and storied history between James Coleman and Prestige. Both good and bad, not just the rivalry part of it, not just the feud. And those guys have worked together for a long time. Those guys have been together for a long time on, as I said, on both sides of the ring. So for Coleman to be the man to actually hit the final 3 count on Prestige's career here in AOK, I don't blame him one bit for challenging the world champ. I really don't. Also, I don't blame the world champ one bit for taking that challenge. Now, the pretense that Coleman said that the reason he wanted the casket match was to bury the career of Zakk the Ripper, like he forced Coleman to do the Prestige. It's almost, he's not going to say it outright, but it's almost as if Coleman is coming coming to save the honor of Prestige, which is a stupid thing because Prestige didn't have any honor. And for any of you guys out there that are working with him, keep that in mind. You can't be trusted. I don't care how much you like him. That's the reason you can't trust him. Bud Marvelous himself had to turn on him. Why? He turned on Prestige before Prestige could turn on him. Bud Marvelous may be one of the smartest workers out there. Coleman, on the other hand, not to be outshined, smart enough to know that he's in a better position with Prestige out of the way for that world title. And we got it going outside. These women are beating each other up with baseball bats, cross bodies, and by golly, taking it back inside. As Joe Brody tries to keep track of this Falls Count Anywhere roll-up. Benny Bing Bong, I do see that we picked up a follower from across the way. The MWA working as it should. What a small little way to start networking, man. What a good way, what a good time. And if you like what the MWA was bringing you tonight, Sunday night, then you can honestly get your MWA, the Marvelous Wrestling Alliance action 6 days a week. Did you hear me? 6 days a week, man, from Saturday to Thursday. Your wrestling fix is on Twitch with the MWA. We're going to start every Sunday night with AOK Wrestling. Monday Nitro, picked up by I Am Pootie 227. Tuesday night CWS. I told you I was going to screw that up, corner. CSW, and Bud Marvelous can testify why. CSW, Hardcore Television. That's on Tuesday nights. We're coming back around Wednesday night for more AOK action. Thursday night Thunder with more I Am Pootie independent wrestling action west of the Mississippi. Might be east of the Mississippi. I'm not sure what region lies on that. But by golly, don't miss out Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. The Marvelous Wrestling Alliance, AOK, CSW, and WCW Reimagined. For all your wrestling duties, man. If you're not already, catch those names. Corner Studies in the chat. Lilith kicking the shoulder up just before 3. That was as close as you'd get without losing a match. Follow Corner Studies. Follow Bud Marvelous. Follow Ken Bouchard. Everybody in the chat right now has got multi-talented people, man. Don't just follow them on Twitch. Cover them on all the socials, man. You got to find them on all the things, man. All of them. Because you don't know what you're going to miss out. Because we don't always just use Twitch. Not our only social media, man. Not our only socials. As a matter of fact, you can find AOK in quite a few different spots other than Twitch. You can get it over on the Facebook. You can get it over on the YouTubes. You can even find us occasionally on the TikToks. Make sure you check out everything from everybody. If you can find them through Twitch, track them down to their TikTok, track them down to their Instagram, take them down to their Facebook, take them down to their MySpace, take them down to their Social Security number. Don't do that. It's against the law, and I'm probably going to get banned for saying it. So, it's been nice talking to you, though. Well, by golly, follow these guys, and know that no matter where you look on any of those social medias, I promise you, you are going to get some form of entertainment that is right for you. Promises. Guarantee. Because when it comes to the MWA, when it comes to the talented people that are a part of the MWA, and here at AOK, when you're watching AOK Championship Wrestling, you're not watching just great wrestling. Or just AOK. And Lilith under the ring with a sledgehammer, looking to take out the Empress Sparrow. Quite possibly permanently here. We got a pinfall attempt, and Joe Brony for the 2. Empress. One tough broad right there. She has been through some of the biggest battles with some of the biggest stars of AOK Championship Wrestling. This girl can hold her own. The general of the women's locker room, but that X Factor on the concrete. Look at this. No go. Lilith wasn't done yet. And the Empress suckered her right into it. Drops her lower back right across the wooden handle of that sledgehammer. We got a slugger. Lilith, nicely done, rolls out of the way, able to block that second swing. Torture Rack has her up. What's she got in mind? She's looking for the submission off the Torture Rack. Lilith. Shades of the total package. Swinging a miss and a spear, by God. She broke her in half. Pinfall attempt. And that was enough. Empress. With that full contact spear.
Here is your winner, Empress.
Picking up a big Rick. Big what? That's what she said? Nah, you just chill out and have it just Ubered right over. Just shows up in a cloud of smoke. What? Come on, man. What is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Bud Marvelous to take on Jack Reason, this newcomer. This newcomer, the cousin to Kenny Curdy, joining AOK, Bud Marvelous. Bud Marvelous coming in, saying it would be his pleasure to wrestle Jack Reason's first match. And Reason wins it on an absolute, I'm going to call it was cheap, man. He won on a count out by keeping Bud Marvelous out of the ring until the count of 10. Sliding back in before the count of 10 just so that Bud could not, and picking up that victory. And Marvelous, none too happy about, reaching out to this young man, welcoming him in, a friend of Kenny Curdy's, you know what I mean? Marvelous was friends with Kenny. Wanted to welcome his cousin in, and this kid just kind of goes at it there with a cheap win over the Marvelous one.
From out of this world, weighing in at 253 pounds.
Looking for a little bit of revenge, Bud Marvelous. The Marvelous, the A-lister from Planet Marvelous. The brainchild behind the Marvelous Wrestling Alliance. The brainchild behind this strange Ocean's 11 weird, alright, more like Ocean's, wait, 1, 2, 3, Ocean's 4 this setup here that is the collectively known as the Territories, or individually known as the Territories, collectively known as the MWA. And this man, Jack Reason,
232 pounds, the wounded Jack Rude Boy.
Again, feeling really comfortable and feeling pretty confident with himself with that victory over Bud Marvelous. Coming out with this, almost newfound strut, this confidence, as if that victory were a much bigger ordeal than it truly was. You beat Bud Marvelous in kind of a shady way, dude. You kind of kept him from getting in the ring before the count of 10. Only you yourself sliding into the ring before the count. Like, come on. Bud Marvelous calling it out. Says, double it up. Me and you right here, right now. You're about to get a little commercial break. Sorry that you're going to miss out on the opening sequences, but here we go. Bud starts it off with a big clothesline, taking the man down. Reason. Hillbilly defibrillator. And the strength of Marvelous sending his opponent launched through the ring, launched through the air. Edges of the ring, allegedly the hardest part. And a huge power bomb. Jack Reason, nice rollover. Turns it back around. Got that Cactus Jack. That go-to. Corner Studies changing his current attitude by readjusting his current altitude. As a matter of fact, Bud Marvelous gets himself locked in this sleeper. Drops it down, almost a modified jawbreaker. Fires off a series of kicks. We were just out of reach. I probably should have had Rose drop that off on her way through. The Irish whip pulls him back in. What a European uppercut. Booty coming in like he should, not remembering that he was here. That's my boy. That's my boy. Booty, give yourself a favor. Say hello to the mastermind behind the MWA, Bud Marvelous. Not only is he on your screen, he is in your chat tonight, joining us via satellite, because that's the only way to reach Planet Marvelous. Though I can tell you, Corner Studies, I Am Booty, and yours truly are probably the closest ones to Planet Marvelous. OTM might be over there somewhere. OTM might be fellow Space Ranger. Marvelous. Trying to fight back here, but gets chop blocked to the floor. And again, another big shot. Oh yeah, don't forget to do that, man. Make sure all the way through, man. Bud Marvelous, Corner Studies, I Am Pooty. If you're not following each other, man, get in there. Honestly, just anybody in chat, Ken Bouchard, all you guys. Make sure you're all following each other. Make sure you guys are building this community in our own image. You know what I mean? That's the best way to do this. It's the best way to make sure that we're keeping, you know, each one of us keep our own chats lined up with each other in it. And man, oh man, that's the way to go. You know, we keep our community, we monitor our own community. OTM, moderator extraordinaire over there, man. You guys don't know it, but OTM's kind of like my my man in the chair. You know what I mean? You guys don't always know he's there, but OTM's usually with us. That's my head of AOK security, I guess, through the chat. And Jack Reason leaping over, and Bud Marvelous sidesteps him, but able to land on his feet. But unfortunately, Bud able to take advantage of that landing for a moment. Booty and I are trying to see who can get higher by the time. Yeah, well, I will say just a heads up for Booty is RWP taking getting the night off. To that vicious battle between he and Torrance Benjamin in their own casket match. Look at this. Marvelous. Shaking it off, fights back and back to his feet, but walks right into a springboard cutter. It's still, look at this, still about it. Marvelous. Almost pulling that up. He decides he asked for the night off, and you know, he asked for the night off, and I'll be more than happy to help out to make sure that any athlete in AOK is as close to 100% as he can get. But Marvelous barely kicking out of that. Barely kicking out of that. RWP starting warband ring gear. Oh, hey, I mean, you got to follow the rules, man. It's okay to break them for some reasons, but you know, disrespect of a tradition. There we go. Marvelous. Marvelous. Coming up short here. Actually, see Bud over in the corner. Jack Reason picking up the victory. Marvelous calling the referee over here. Looks like his right angle, maybe. Reason feeling bad. Oh, Marvelous. Sucker. Marvelous. feigning an ankle injury. And suckered Jack Reason right into that. And clipping him with that right cross. A little payback for a double victory there. Boy, I thought Prestige couldn't be trusted. Johnny Cruz and the Coyote Kid. Cruz sporting some Cavalier gear tonight. Yeah, boy. Against the Coyote Kid, this would be a hell of a matchup. Be a hell of a matchup. The Coyote Kid, of course, the consummate underdog of AOK, but not to be taken lightly. This man has been a world heavyweight champion. He's been a cruiserweight champion multiple times. He is the quintessential cruiserweight champion. Taking on newcomer Johnny Cruz. We'll be heading to ringside just momentarily for that. And I agree, Thunder was a hell of a show on Thursday night. The AIW show Saturday night was also a barn burner as well. Trying to catch the rest of that this afternoon when I got home, trying to get it in before AOK, but unfortunately, man, I still got to watch the rest of it afterwards. We'll get caught up with that before Tuesday night, I'm sure. Monday Nitro tomorrow night on IM 3227.
Weighing in at 225 pounds, the Soldier General Zakk.
Yeah, multi-man matches can sometimes have that effect. It's something you definitely got to take into consideration, that elimination matches, though I do like the elimination style matches, they do seem to go a little bit quicker, but like multi-man matches can sometimes eat up some time. Yeah. On a straight tag match, no gimmick, like no tornado tag, that was a straight 4-man tag. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Every once in a while, I'll take a regular 2-man tag with regular rules. I don't mind the breakups there, but when you got 6 other guys that are able to get in the ring and break up a pin, though it is better than previous years. At least they put timers on them and restrictions of times how long they can be out of the ring and how long they can be before they can get back in the ring. I am glad they fixed the tag team division. Look at this, right on time. Right on time for the Cruz. Johnny Cruz to fight the Coyote Kid. That's about to start here. Joe Brony checking in on both competitors. Everything seems to be a go. Joe signifies the bell. Let's do it. Big kick there. Started off with a suplex from Johnny Cruz. Hoping to cruise right through this matchup against the Coyote Kid, but not to be taken lightly, as I said. Consummate underdog. Just on size alone, but the Coyote Kid, part of that Wu-Tang Clan, man. He ain't nothing for it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta fix that. Somebody call a plumber. I got some empty pipes. Here we go. Cruz having to pull himself up on the apron. And the Coyote Kid. Short little stunner off the ring apron, but Cruz sends the Kid into the steel steps. Having trouble getting my mind working here. Maybe I don't need to pack it up. Easy. Trash can. They have come into play a couple times tonight. And the Coyote Kid, mask first. Man, he caught him with the rim of that, the bottom rim of that trash can. And the kid, look at this, pops right back to his feet, gets the crowd started, bringing some of the front row attendees to their feet. The Coyote Kid, here's the thing. He needs to get Johnny Cruz off his feet. He himself needs to get off his feet. He needs to get up in the air and strike on those high-risk aerial attacks that the Coyote Kid is known for. Trying to go brute force one-on-one against Johnny Cruz isn't going to be his better bet here. Not like, look at this. Not when we got barbed wire baseball bats. Right between the cotton ears of the Coyote Kid. Nice Hurricane Rana. Head scissor tape down and a moonsault to finish it up at ringside. BGW USA, welcome in, man. I'm glad you could join us. As always, man, I appreciate your support. Appreciate you coming over and helping keeping us all moving forward, supporting your boy. And that's the thing, man. That's another thing. When you guys come over here to help support me, and then your followers come over, that ain't nothing but supporting you too. Like, that's the, you know, Johnny Cruz looking for a pinfall here, gets a 1 count. And the USA FF fighter is coming up in here because corner come over. That's support. That's support on their home team. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to support each other. Pooty coming over, back and forth. And here is the thing, I am Pooty. I followed you for a hot minute. I've actually been following you since I really started AOK. You were streaming wrestling one night. I jumped in to see what was going on. I followed you and really didn't say a word. And every time I'm stopping your chat and just lurk, because I wasn't real sure how to go about even being in the chat of a Twitch channel. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sure of any kind of etiquette or anything of the sort, how that goes. Another near pinfall by Cruz. So yeah, and then it all changed. You know what I mean? I just felt good one night. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna come out of my shell. I'm gonna let this man. Yeah, just one night, man. It was just, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do this. You know. But yeah, man, I followed you for a hot minute. Before letting you in, and again, that's it. Just like that. And again, I said it from the get-go, man. You got an energy that I dig. You know, when you were running Wednesday nights, you were running it early enough for me to put you up, and I would write my own shows out, get my own stuff ready, and this is what we were working with. This is what me and Bud Marvelous had originally discussed on what the overall vision was. It was really just a, look at this, pinfall attempt gets a 2. You know, the discussion was really just kind of like a pipe dream. Like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you and I could figure out a way to work our rosters together so that they could be bounced around and another pinfall attempt, and Cruz taking a pinfall, taking an L here tonight against the Coyote Kid. Again, nothing to be ashamed of in any way. But the Cruz missile, there was high hopes for him on this matchup tonight. But listen, man, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. It's one of the things I really appreciate about the fact that we run these total AI straight down. It's all, you know, as 50-50 as we can get, with the exception of rivalries, of course. Sometimes that gives us a little something. Intercontinental title up next is Amadeus from Project Clown. Gets his opportunity against the almighty Torrance Benjamin. This ought to be an interesting matchup as well. But yeah, this thing, man, when these guys come in, you gotta find their groove, man. It's a new company, man. They gotta find their groove against guys that have wrestled here for a while. You know, Coyote Kid knows an AOK ring inside and out. Cruz coming in. He's got the longevity. He's looking for that spot. One day that foot will catch. And that ladder's going to fall away. He's going to move so fast up, it's going to look like it's falling other than him climbing. It's going to be fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Let's get this on, baby. Let's get this on. That's the thing, man. The best part about all of this, the best thing about all of this is to be super unbiased. Like, I want everybody to win. I don't like to see anybody in chat lose a match, though every wrestler on the roster is sent in by somebody in chat. So there's got to be a loser. But yeah, I hate to see it. As the old quote goes, there's somebody we ain't seen in a minute. As the old quote goes, you hate to see it. But by golly, somebody's got to be it. Amadeus, looking to not be it tonight. Looking to walk out of here as the Intercontinental Champion. Looking to make a statement for Project Clown. And he has got his hands full tonight with the Almighty. Here we go. We await the arrival of the AOK Intercontinental Champion. He bided his time. He waited for his opportunity. And when it arose, he struck. Taking that title at the Royal Rumble from Josh Blackwell. Sporting a brand new. How you like that? How you like that, Pootie? Huh? How you like that jacket? Grabbing up that new look. Grabbing up that new look a bit here. Alfie, what's up, my brother? Welcome in, my man. Welcome in. You missed your boy Jack Reason getting clocked in the mouth by the Marvelous One. I just want to point that out. Well, welcome in, man. I'm glad you made it. Sorry you got to stay up so late. Since the life of a college student, eh? I see title on the line just in time for a championship matchup. You don't want to miss tonight's main event. We got ourselves a casket match.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 232 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion,
Alvy, I appreciate you more than you know, man. You are one of a kind, man. For real. Right? You're not supposed to have favorite people, man, but you're one of my favorite people. Oh, man, we missed out on Larry the Hippie taking on Kenny Dale. You missed Logan Hawk taking on Tank. Six-man tag match, the Hinkledimers with Grizz Kuklinski taking on the faces of Fear and Chris Chaos. Empress Spyro took on Lilith. Bud Marvelous and Jack Reason faced off. Johnny Cruz and Coyote Kid, and you're about to come right in for this Amadeus. And Torrance Benjamin with a huge clothesline in the corner. Benjamin back up, or Amadeus back up and sending Benjamin over the top rope. You know, listen, I'm just going to take this opportunity. I'm not trying to be a smartass, though it will come across that way, but I'm really just using this as a quick segue. anytime you miss any AOK action, you can pick it up any other time. Over on YouTube, all you got to do is follow the Ace of Knaves on YouTube. If you have a hard time with YouTube, you can jump over to Facebook. You can follow us over there as well. Pick up all the great AOK action over the past couple of seasons. We got an archive going over on YouTube. But yes, Alfie, you got what did you have tonight? You're 1-1 tonight, man. You had 1 win, 1 loss tonight. Nah, that's where we get it. Yeah, you got 1 win, 1 loss, and I'm not telling you which one's which. I'll let that up. I will say you don't want to miss that matchup between Bud Marvelous and Jack Reason and my man Fear Gaming. Brother, I was just gonna mention you a little bit ago. I was gonna say your name during the Coyote Kid match. I seen yesterday that you were back up and streaming again. So yeah, man, that's welcome back in, Fear. And Amadeus almost grabbing himself a title. Fear Gaming, welcome in, man. I'm glad to see you back with us. Appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate you checking out the show and coming back. As I said, you just missed. Man, you just missed your matchup. Your Coyote Kid just had a match prior to this. Talk about time. It is good to see you back streaming too, friend. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How's life over on that new place? Over on that down by the arch? Is that right? Is that where am I remembering that correctly? Down there with the big dog, down there with the giant arch, down in that St. Louis area. Yeah, boy. Fear Gaming, everybody, as always, man. As always, Alfie, you may already be a follower, maybe not on this new account. Fear, do me a favor, man. I want you to go through my chat here, man, and I want you to follow all those guys, and I promise you, everybody that's in my chat, jump over to Fear Gaming. Get yourself some Call. If you're into Call of Duty, if you're into, you still doing the simulator, man? Fear, you still doing those truck simulators? Because, brother, please tell me you're still doing those. Especially now that you're back up and got your full setup. Yes, guys, listen. Get it over there. Followed Feared. This man does wonderful things. Especially when he's on the truck driving simulator. A lot of that. We're still doing everything the way you used to do it. You're still covering those charity runs. I'm not gonna lie, man. I seen your name pop up just as I was getting ready to get off of Twitch yesterday, and I was really bummed out that I couldn't even stop in and say hellos. Yes, right there. Boom. That last line. Grocery store, the trucking, the construction, all of those. That last one. So much streaming for St. Jude, man. Like, Fear Gaming is it's near and dear to him. You guys make sure you help him out by not only giving him a follow, get over there and help out when those streams are popping up. Boom. And that's real talk right there. That's real talk right there. Helped St. Jude raise $83,000. Raised it for St. Jude. Didn't help St. Jude raise it. Raised it for St. Jude. 2 years. Bam. That's the kind of stuff. Guys, when we were talking community a while ago, that is what I said. That is exactly what we were talking about. This is what I would like. This is what we were all. I think deep inside, this is all what we want. There's too much. There's too much of us that are too like-minded for that not to be a thing that works for every single one of us. Feared Gaming, welcome back in. Welcome back into to the neighborhood. Welcome back into the show. And I promise you, man, good things are coming now that we're all back around. Yeah, man, YouTube, another one. If you're going to follow them on Twitch, find the other media sites from there, man. Find the other socials from there, and just boom. We can all help each other out just by being there for each other. And don't forget, I'm going to jump in here real quick because Feared is also in on a lot of, used to be in a lot of these. Ken Bouchard dropping a new podcast just today, I believe. If my memory's right. I think that was this morning I seen that, this afternoon. But yeah, Ken Bouchard dropping a new podcast. We got two, and Torrance Benjamin holding on to the Intercontinental Championship with a pinfall on the outside, solidifying the name, the Almighty. Wowzers. I ain't wholesome. Oh, brother. No, brother. Listen, I mean, I just don't think that's the word. I don't think that's the word we need. I think that's, but I get the sentiment. I do understand where she's coming from. Yeah, well, spoiler alert, I got to do something about that. Oh, yeah. Dude, I wish it, dude. You know, the funniest thing about that is, the funniest thing about that corner is you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Like, matter of fact, you ever been to the zoo and seen an orangutan chilling by the water's edge, just rubbing his belly, little monkey boobs hanging? You know what I mean? That's scratching up on his head. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. In all honesty, we get this. We'll be pushing for some return to some old ways, man. We're gonna get some things back up and moving here very, very shortly. For the AOK studios. But yeah, boy, the time for AOK is coming. The time for the MWA to come out of the shadows and the territories to live up to their names across the landscape of Twitch.tv. And in all honesty, a lot of us haven't backed up on that YouTube. Feared Gaming's got it on YouTube. Quarter Studies got a good YouTube running over there. And we got more ideas coming on top of that. More coming up on top of that. What are we jumping? I still believe to this day the best video we made, the Hot Bologna Challenge. Yeah, boy, that was probably the dumbest thing I did. That's probably the dumbest thing that I did. Yeah. Did some dumb shit that night. Here was the thing, though, and I was still stand by this, Feared. Had I not jumped into it, had I not jumped ahead, had I thought it was going to be way spicier, thought it was going to have more heat, so I coated my stomach. I ate probably about four slices of bread before starting that. And I believe had I not done that, we would have been at least able to get all 3 pints down. So I didn't stop because I was getting sick. I was stopped because I ran out of room between my stomach and my esophagus. But 10 episodes, man, 10 episodes in, man, and you got a good solid understanding. You got a good solid understanding, and the only thing left for you to learn is just what you're going to learn by doing. By the repetitive, you're going to fine tune everything. Oh yeah, Ken, I forgot about that. I forgot about the one chip. Oh, man. I did beat the one chip challenge with you guys. I did beat the one chip challenge.
And his opponent, from wherever he wants,
I made it 1 hour, 14 minutes, and about 23 seconds. I'll have to find the actual clock, the actual stopwatch. But yeah, I did it. And man, I'm telling you now, that was probably the worst one. The Pocky one chip challenge was probably the worst. Listen, we had got feedback on that, Ken, where somebody had said that a friend of my son said it looked like, and I quote, "It looks like he's staring into your eyes. He looks like he's staring into your soul through the camera." Yeah, there was, I mean, in all honesty, man, it leveled out. You know what I mean? There was a point where the burn just was like, it's not going to go away. It's not getting worse, but it ain't getting any better. I can live with this. I can live with this for the rest of my life. But yeah, that was horrible. Satan's toe was rough. The gummy bears were pretty bad. But that's just because they stuck to your teeth and then locked into they just stuck to your gums and burnt so bad. The devil's toe, that was horrible just because every time you swallowed it was nothing but just hot saliva. We did some stupid shit, man. We still have access to all this stuff? You still have access to all that? Is that still something you can throw back up on, Could you archive that somewhere, maybe? No, we've done, you guys really need to, you guys really need to follow Ken Bouchard. You guys need to get in there and dig into the podcast. Look for the Ken Bouchard online. And get these numbers up for each other, man. I know we're rookies, and these are rookie numbers, but there's no reason to lose. Listen, I'm old enough to remember the Bad News Bears. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know the Bad News Bears, do yourself a favor, go look up the Bad News Bears. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah. Help each other out and get this thing pumped back up where we need to be, so that because listen, I know the rookies here are going to want to they're going to want to hit that affiliate. You know what I mean? They're going to want to hit that affiliate. We can do that. We have the manpower. We have the numbers. Together we are strong. Heartache to heartache. We are young. What was the battleship? Woo! In the corner, Dean Graves. Dean Graves coming in the corner there with that elbow. Avalanche through the ropes, and KX needing a win here tonight. And getting a win over Dean Graves, this actually should be this battle could be a very, very brutal battle. KX, of course, coming over to us from I Am Pooty. Coming over to us from WCW. Dean Graves holds on to that swinging Samoan drop, but not quite enough to get the full pin. And while we're at it, man, I know this is a little bit, man. Head first goes Dean Graves and KX. Goes for the attack, both men missing on that one. I know this is a little early, but while I got Ken still here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ken. Game Melodicon, May of 2025? spiked him with that apron DDT. And Dean Graves shaking it off. Beating KX back to the ring, throws the sledgehammer. No time to swing it, just launches it. And KX with an enziguri. Ghetto Blaster. To the gut. Double underhook. No idea what that was, but it might be a victory. It's a 2 count. It's a 2 count. We're going to talk more about it more and more. But Game of Loticon, guys, listen to this. So, Ken has gotten the opportunity to help out with a gaming convention. And I'm talking a gaming convention that covers all types of games. Tabletop, video games, computer, PC, all of it. If it's card, trading card, all of it. If it's a game, this convention is to cover it. Voice actors, celebrities, e-sport champions, D&D masters extraordinaires. It comes to us, to the very town that we're in. Tentatively at this point, May of 2025 is what has been set for. Punt kick, and I'm going to interrupt this announcement real quick. And KX picking up that needed victory over Dean Graves. So we're not going to get too much into it because we're going to talk more about Game of Loticon the closer it gets, but I want you guys to know that your host, yours truly, will be teaming with Ken Bouchard to bring you Game of Loticon through one of the social medias, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitch. We're dying to make it Twitch. We are dying to make it Twitch. We would love to bring you a gaming convention on the Twitch platform. But again, closer it gets, the more we will talk about it. Let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about the final match of the night. Let's talk about the whole of it. Last episode, Wednesday night, Zakk the Ripper ending the AOK career of Prestige. Prestige, in his overconfidence, challenged the Ripper, the world champion, to a match that if he couldn't win, he would leave. James Coleman volunteered to be the special guest referee. Zakk the Ripper gave Prestige 2 chances, 2 out of 3 falls. James Coleman forced to count the 3 on his frenemy, Prestige. With Prestige out of the World Championship highlights, Coleman looking to grab his opportunity, looking to take that world title away from Zakk the Ripper, and he intends to bury the career of Zakk the Ripper. Where is our casket? Can we not have a casket match and a world title match? Or does the casket show up after the entrances? Probably after the entrances, eh? Oh, they wheel it down. That's right. I'm with you. I'm cool. It's alright. I'm not part of the production team, alright? I'm just a little fat guy that sits behind a desk and makes shit up, okay? Don't come at me with that. I don't know who I'm talking to. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Johnny, take your mitts. James Coleman making his way to the ringside area. And look at this. Full of himself. Though hesitation on that 3 count. Hesitation on that 3 count for brother, I wish. Yeah, I wish. Though that is a deep, deep, deep inspiration. That is a reason I do this. That is one of the reasons that I'm at least able to sit here and do this. Back in my backyard days, the origins of Prestige. He was set out. He was built around four. He was built around four superstars in the wrestling industry. He had the moves and swagger of Rick Rude. He walked like him. He was inspired by him. Carried himself in that same conceited manner. He treated everybody, as I'm saying, one of one. Rick was one of one. That's no way around it, one of a kind. But he was a deep inspiration for just that cockiness. Just that cockiness. He had the confidence, stick with me now. I built him around the confidence of Curt Hennig. So not only did he have that cockiness of Rick Rude, but he had that confidence to back up the cockiness of Mr. Perfect. Now, that was just to get to the ring, because I really wasn't an in-ring performer even in the backyard. I was more of a mouthpiece, which infuriated so many people. Now, the mouthpiece part of it is what made it great. I would act towards the crowd and treat the crowd like Bobby Heenan did, but using the verbiage and wording of somebody along the lines of Paul Heyman. So I mixed four of the greatest heels that I, and in my mind, could put it as close as I possibly could. And that is the prestige you have. That is the prestige that is encapsulated in 2K24. That's why I'm so mad that we can't do promos. I'm so mad they won't get. I hope they give that back to us in 25, along with the show openings. I wish they'd give us that back. That was a big part of AOK. When it was a thing, that we had entrance music, we had show music, and a show intro that was good rock and roll. Look at this, Zakk the Ripper, not even opening the casket, just throws Coleman to the top of it. This, I'm going to use the word barn burner. Coleman blocks it. That's not the words I want to use, but man, Slobber Knocker ain't going to cover it either. You know what I mean? These two are right up the entryway, right up to the ramp. And all around this casket, object of the match, close the lid on the opponent, on the casket with your opponent inside. That's it. And again, the Ripper, I'm not sure if Zakk understands the rules to this match. And how is Coleman, I hope this thing doesn't glitch out on us. Somebody going to open it, or are we just going to use this? Has anybody else had a casket match where they haven't opened the casket before playing around with it? Now, Coleman hitting a couple of those neck breakers, but the Ripper's shaking them off pretty quickly. There we go. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing broken. Sorry, I'm sorry I backed out. Here we go. James Coleman looking, I'm going to say it. Coleman won't, but I will. Coleman fighting for the honor of his friend / enemy, Prestige. The Ripper sending Prestige a packing. And BTW, other than seeing him over on WCW the following night against Coleman, that was it. I haven't seen much of him. I don't know if, I mean, he's out of AOK. I got a stack of memos and emails and fucking death threats about Prestige. Not my decision. That was his. He couldn't beat Zakk. He was out the door and off he went. Greener pastures, maybe. Good riddance, especially. Good luck to whoever's got it. But in the meantime, James Coleman gets caught up on the ropes again. The world title on the line. So not only is Coleman trying to put an end to this matchup, he is looking to put an end to the reign of Zakk the Ripper. Closing the lid. Nice move there, making it more difficult for the Ripper to just dump him in there. But also, he'll have to beat Zakk down enough to get that lid open and put the world champ inside it. And hope that he's got him beat down enough that the champ can't fight back. Zakk the Ripper, since gaining the world title, look at this, Zakk on top of the casket. Man, what? What? The Ripper absolutely annihilating here the challenger. Zakk the Ripper looking to lay waste to anybody in his way. And he is riding this wave of momentum after ridding AOK of Prestige. And out here to take care of James Coleman as well, by the looks of it. Coleman with an opportunity at World Championship Gold. The AOK title up for grabs. All you got to do is stay out of the casket. Coleman dropped into it. The Ripper looking to close it down, but I believe he was just at a bad angle for the momentum there, just not enough for the leverage. And the Ripper back underneath the ring again, and catching Coleman with a steel chair. And here was the thing, during that whole special guest referee match between Zakk the Ripper and Prestige, Coleman had called that matchup quite possibly as fair as it could possibly be. He called it Ripper felt that at one point there was a slow count and took it upon himself to attack the referee. He's first of all lucky he didn't get fined and stripped of his title for touching a referee. Coleman did mention it backstage, but after getting him calmed down, he decided that it would be best to just beat him up in the ring. And here's where we're at. The Ripper, Torture Rack GTS. Coleman busted open right at the hairline. They battle it out here in front of us, down to the floor, another twisting arm bar, or twisting arm drag, and a knee to the face. Taking our time, and the action slowing down here a little bit as these two have beaten the hell out of each other. And then some. Coleman coming back with the sledgehammer, dropping it to the ribs. And the Ripper fires back again. Zakk back in the ring. Coleman wisely taking his time to catch his breath, but walks right into it. No, waits for him. Coleman, inverted DDT. And the challenger looking to position himself. Has him in the casket. Looking to put an end to it. Nah, the Ripper fights back quick. There's a lot of fight. There is a lot of fight in the Grim Creeper here tonight. Coleman staggering around. Good bit of blood loss there. Into the corner. Bad place to be. Hell of a kick. And the Ripper might have no choice but to be defeated in this matchup. He might be out on his feet now. Coleman looking to close the lid. Put your foot on it, Coleman. No go. The championship continues on. The Ripper. Back inside, Coleman waiting for him. Jumps on his, look at this. Chimpanzee jumping on his back like that. Whip, reverse, back outside we go. The world champ now with the sledgehammer. Coleman back up with another clothesline. World title set up, and damn it, Zakk with that Superman punch. James Coleman. Nice reversal, sends Zakk over the top rope again. No go yet. The world champ. Not ready to give up the title, not ready to give up the glory, not ready to give up the paycheck that comes along with being the champ. Missing with the shovel, but distracted him enough for that brogue kick. And the Ripper wasting no time. Jesus. He just broke physics over the back of that man's head. And the Ripper denting that chair around the leg of Coleman. Coleman's still able to fight back. I think Jack Reason is looking very promising, like already being 2-0. I mean, he's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. Both those wins over Bud Marvelous. I mean, I understand Bud's frustration, but I think that cheap shot after the match was a little overboard. Ripper trying to get his cardio up by taking the long way around to continue this ass whooping. Man, another Superman punch after being splintered by that Singapore cane. The world champ dishing out an absolute beating on the challenger. Coleman not even fighting back at this point. Feared, I agree. I mean, it is Bud Marvelous. You know, one of the reasons we changed our arena was because Bud Marvelous's head got too big. We needed a wider door for the entrance. So yeah, I get it. Like, I get it. But still. Coleman. Look at this. Coleman trying to pull this one out of his ass. And the Ripper still not having it. Able to at least reverse being tossed into that casket. And now with the slugger. That wooden baseball bat. Maybe it's aluminum. I don't know. Aluminium. Alfie, aluminum or aluminium? I do, listen. I have to say aluminum because I'm American. And I can't break it enough. I can't teach myself. I don't say it enough to teach myself to say aluminium, but I like it better. Coleman gonna take a breather right here at ringside. I think that, look, the Ripper walking the whole way around the man, sizes him up. I mean, Coleman's a bloody mess. And I mean that as in, like, English slang and literally, he's a bloody fucking mess. He's fucked up. And the Ripper, not done yet. This beating continues. This might be a murder scene. Into the casket. Well, at least into the casket lid. Instinctually, there's no way Coleman's ready for that. That had to be an instinct, and I believe Zakk the Ripper has also joined him in this Bloodhound gang. I can honestly tell you it's hard to tell anymore. It's hard to tell. These guys, at one point, Coleman and Prestige were both heels. They were all heels. Yeah, it just, to be honest with you, it's hard to keep them one way or the other, because a lot of times, even the AI, if we put somebody in a rivalry, somebody has to be a face, somebody has to be a heel. So if you put two faces or two heels in, the game will automatically switch one of them, which screws with any kind of storylines not using the rivalry system, which we obviously do a lot, this being one of them. But yeah, it's hard to keep the good guy, bad guy division. Everybody's a tweener. Everybody's a Stone Cold Steve Austin here in AOK. That's not true. But yeah, that's the gist of it. We try to keep everybody in their respective orientation, their respective alignment, but sometimes you get blood spots on the ring gear. As that shovel, and that's the bottom line, because I forgot what I was talking about. Coleman, a bloody mess, with an FU to Zakk the Ripper, and Zakk with a FU back. Continues the match. Coleman barely, Jesus Christ, what a spinning heel kick. Damn it, what a kick. Coleman staggers, reverses it, but the Ripper, the Grim Creeper, man, he has been seeking it out tonight. It's going to be a miracle, not only if Coleman, regardless if Coleman wins or loses, it's going to be a miracle if Coleman gets out of this without having to take a significant amount of time off. I know we said match of the year was last episode, but these two are pushing the limits themselves. If Coleman can keep up this return fire when it's needed, he might be all right. But I don't believe. Look at this. Good thing the Spanish announce team took the night off, because their table is going to come in handy. At least they're not busting mine up this time. Coleman again battling back. This again hooks the leg, fisherman suplex, turns it into a driver. Here we go. Coleman steps through, crippler crossface. Forcing the Ripper to tap out, but that ain't winning the match. It's gaining you some precious time to get his carcass to the other side of the ring. What are you doing, Coleman? What are you doing, Coleman? Ripcord, knee to the face. You need to get him into the. You got to get him to the other side of the ring, James. You got to get him to the other side. Attaboy. Coleman back in the ring. Ripper in a bad spot. This could do it. We could be looking at a new champion. Coleman, what the hell is he doing? What the hell? Coleman, I think blood loss. I think he was confused. He gets it. The lid is locked, and James Coleman has captured the World Heavyweight Championship.
World Heavyweight Champion, the unpredictable.
The reign of Zakk the Ripper has come to an end. And James Coleman. Oh, I missed this. We missed two of them. Guys, I've been slacking over here. I'm pretty sure that Alfie had cashed in on a radio voice that I don't believe I gave him. James Coleman taking us back to 1887 to stop the reign of terror brought on by Zakk the Ripper. that's which BTW guys, I want to let you know that in real life, Zakk the Ripper's counterpart is actually looking to take a tour of London here in the upcoming future. So that'll be a topic of conversation in the near future as well. I did not. What did I do? Made a play like that? You're damn right I did. You ain't figured that out yet? Come on, bro. I know what you're getting at. That'd be alright. Listen, man, it was in Philadelphia this year, man, and there was a bunch of disappointed people that you're talking to right now. There's a bunch of disappointed people that we just missed out on the opportunity. You know, when 5 out of the 8 people on your work roster want to go, it gets rough. It was so close, dude. It's what, 3 hours away, 2.5 hours away. Let's take a look at the news. Let's make sure everybody made it out alive here this week. February week 2. Hinkledeimer cleared to wrestle. That was before the matches tonight. That was got our medical releases before the show. Omer Hinkledeimer had been cleared as he wrestled in his 6-man match, as well as Chris Chaos in that same matchup. Vulgar cleared to compete tonight, but unfortunately not. Just turned out he wasn't on a schedule there for us tonight. Where we have Bud Marvelous with that sucker punch to Jack Reason there. James Coleman James Coleman cleared to compete, picking up the title, but we have to keep an eye on his well-being as the World Heavyweight Champion. So, Alfie, we're going to do our top. I'll give you the top 10. Let me get myself a drink here. I'm going to give you the top 10 in that radio voice. It's not that I ignored it. I seen it, forgot that I saw it. Luckily, remembered it because I have too much shit going on. Because I'm being over fucking stimulated. That's why. Woo! But here's the thing, man. Love it. Love being. Oh wait. These power rankings will be wrong. Hold tight. These power rankings will be wrong because we're still on the same week. We have to jump to the next show in order for, and we'll also have to take a look at. We also have to take a look at the news one more time, right quick. Okay, cool. Same news. Nothing changed from week to week. Now our roster will be a little better with the power rankings. See what I say? See what I say? Like Michael Jackson up in here. See what I say? I'm not gonna stop. See what I say? I'm not gonna stop. Shaka ooh. Grizz Kuklinski moving to the top spot for the power rankings. This man's got. Let me try that again. That's nowhere near a radio voice. Let me do that one more time. Let's try that again. Testing 1 2. Testing. Biff, you good? You ready to go? Hand it over to you. You gonna do the top 10 for us? Sure thing, Ace. Alright, we're gonna hand it over on 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the AOK Power Rankings. I'm your host, Biff Bufferson. Ranking number 1, the top of the charts, Grizz Kuklinski, the World Hardcore Champion. Nobody able to compete with the winning streak of the Grizz. Number 2, Torrance Benjamin, your Intercontinental Champion, because when you're in the AOK and you're wearing gold, you're shining like a star, baby. The Empress Sparrow, top of the top 3, giving some life to the women's division. This week on AOK. Zakk the Ripper falling to number 4, with Tank filling in the top 5. James Coleman collecting the world title, one of the few titles he's captured this season. Hopefully in the near future that this world title reign for James Coleman is a long and lasting. Jack Reeves, a newcomer, coming in and filling in for us, giving Bud Marvelous the old what for. Lilith, number 8 on the power ratings. Larry the Hippie falling to number 9 with KX. Sounds like a radio station. WKAX falling into number 10. This week on your Billboard Top 10. Ken Bouchard falling to number 11. Crom, one half of your World Tag Team Champions, falling into number 12. And by special request, Vulgar, number 13. Number 14, Malibu Sunrise, not a chance to see him compete tonight, as he and his tag partner, Big Dog, recovering for some small injuries. The Coyote Kid, picking up a victory tonight, but still only in the top 15. I said top 10, but god damn it, we're running with it. Dean Graves, the Rebel, power ranking 16. Chris Chaos, number 17, looking to see more of this young man in the near future. And number 18, Alexander K, the Masked Man from Manchester. Number 19, Billy Moore, the Savior. In top 20, the Women's World Champion, the Anarchist, try that one more time, the Anarchist, Piper Ramirez. That's your top 20. Nick Blackwell falling in just shy. We're going to hand it back to you, Ace. Have a good weekend and a good start to your Monday. Thanks, Biff. Appreciate it. Fucking weirdo. Let's take a look at what the AI says we ought to be doing. What are you guys going on with over here? Because I can't look over there and do any of this. I'd be lost for days. My boy Jack Reason went from 17 to 7. Love you, Biff Bufferson. Biff Bufferson is BB. Billy stomped to the top. He damn sure did. Radio voice. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that stupid shit. The stupid shit. OTM. Sometimes OTM, when you put that up, I'm not sure if that's just the closest thing to the double face palm that I usually get from you, or if that's just But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for thanks for sticking around for that ridiculousness. Dean Graves and Amadeus. I don't know. Didn't Dean Graves come up a little short tonight? We'll have to take a look at some rankings. Take a look, see what the board of directors says about the majority of this. Some of the things, you know what I mean. Let's see. Dean Graves did come up short against in his matchup tonight, but that's not to say he doesn't get his chance at the Intercontinental title. Moving right along, Gavin Wilson and Jay Blackbear. We probably not. I mean, to be fair, we got an awful big. The roster has grown fairly large over the last couple weeks, and I think we're going to phase out some of the AOK trainees. Though this man, Gavin Wilson, let's say Gavin Wilson, Rookie of the Year from last season, came into season 3 as a champion, and actually defeated Zakk the Ripper for that championship. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. Moving right along, Gavin Wilson and Jay Blackbear, probably not a match that's going to happen. This one, on the other hand, maybe not with Lance Loughlin involved, but we may see Josh Blackwell return to action with his brother Nick Blackwell to take on the Clowns, Project Clown. That's a possibility. James Coleman, Chris Chaos, hanging with Tank and Logan Hawk. I doubt that happens. That's probably not going to be a matchup. Alexander K. What does The Rock say? Wait, no, that's something else. Somebody else says that. What does The Rock say? The Rock says. What does The Rock say? What is this? Why is this guy? No, look, hold on. I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna come back to that, Alfie. I'm gonna come back to that. Not because I don't have anything at the moment. I wouldn't do it because of that. I want to know what. Ken? Where's Ken? What? So look, I mean, we're just Ken Bouchard to the office. Ken Bouchard to the office. Like, what the hell, dude? What the hell, bruh? You got some, dude. We're gonna. All right, we got to talk after show. Like, wow. Alexander K and Ken Bouchard. There's gonna be Hinkle-Dimers. We'll talk about that. That's a possibility. Billy Moore and Zakk the Ripper. Listen, Zakk did not fall. He did not fall so far from grace that he needs a savior in Billy Moore. I don't think, but just because I said that and that was smooth as fuck, that match might happen just so I can say something like that again later on in the future. Let's move right on. Triple threat. We might throw a women's title up for grabs right there. Let's move right on. I don't know if it needs to be a triple threat. Buddy Marvelous and Jack Reason in the main event. I mean, this match is probably going to happen. That cheap shot That cheap shot by Bud Marvelous earlier this evening will probably make a difference on that's 2 out of 3 was probably where that was headed, but I think that cheap shot from Bud Marvelous. Yeah, I can't throw a man with 2 matches under his belt in the main event. I can't honestly do that and put that out as a. You got to work your way up, man. That's that is one thing. That is one thing I did try to stay true to through all of the seasons was the fact that work your way up. Like I do go through the rankings of the in-game rankings. You know what the game has deducted where people fall within their ranking system. But I also take into consideration what we've already seen and how long we've already seen it for. So again, you guys coming in with all these fresh faces, once you guys catch those that need to, once those that catch their grip, man, and shoot up through, because once they get their first pinfall or two, that's straight up the line. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Jack Reason was one of the few that got thrown in with like an original. Like, he was the only one that got thrown in with an original AOK. Somebody I would really not put in with a one-timer just because. But since we had a good backstory for him, since we had a good lineup with him, it works, and it's going to work well. Rivalry system does give. I don't know if it gives everybody, it gives the opportunity for an advantage in the roster. I will say that. So it is kind of, there's only been a handful of wrestlers that come in and right into a rivalry, and rivalries are kind of tricky to get to work. And that's it. At Corner sent over a female superstar who we actually haven't seen in a hot minute. But it turned out that I debuted her on an AI night. You know, a night that I was running late and was like, you know what? Whoever does what, whatever does what. And it happened to be the first week, and it kicked everybody into rivalries, and I was like, I'm going to let it ride. So she was also another one that debuted right into a rivalry. And pretty cool. Like, all in all, that's pretty big. I agree. Sometimes it happens. Congratulations, yeah, you won one. You know what I mean? Congratulations, you were one of the ones that kind of got a random. Now, like I said, Bud Marvelous, it was an opportunity to play around with the storyline, and why not? You know what I mean? Have a little fun with it. The hardest part of doing the storylines is remembering who does what, and that's part of it right there, Alfie. What happens is, next season, 2K25 rolls around, we rebuild the roster. Jack Reason and Bud Marvelous say they both make it. Next season, I can come back to this. I can come back to this type of conversation you and I are having now and add a little more depth to these guys. Fleshes them out a little bit, puts a little more, helps put a little more urgency on the matchup. Yeah, the more we can flesh these guys out and give them, even if it's stupid shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, they don't always have to be as deep as Bud Marvelous helped him out because he was friends with his cousin. You know what I mean? They ain't got to be that deep. Nah, but here's the thing. Also, it's a 50-50 gamble on the matches, so you start getting those in-game boosts from winning matches and move up the power rankings. Grizz right now is probably one of the most unstoppable wrestlers just because of his the boost to his attributes. Little AOK. Give you guys a little AOK behind the scenes a little bit here. Who are we talking about, Grizz? Let's bounce down here to Grizz. Grizz Kuklinski. What is he up to? A 95? Let's jump in here a minute. What's he looking at? Status effects. We got a momentum builder. Consecutive wins put the superstar at the top of the game. Increases it by 1. Increased his what? His special, his finisher, and his defensive attributes by 1. Stacks to 10, and he's got 3 stacks. He's been boosted to 3 already. Which means if he came in at 95, which is a good possibility, if he came in with attributes at 95, he had lost a few matches in his first few, which would have dropped his attributes, which now, oh, he had a second, oh wait, he's got a second status effect as well. This competitor becomes encouraged after a big victory, probably winning a title, increasing his attributes again by 1. So there we go. The Grizz on a pretty good run, and he's only, oh man, I don't even know if, how many matches has Grizz actually had? I mean, I can look into that. I can give that information. I just don't have it readily available. But it's not really that many. Yeah, so he's got himself boosted fairly well, like, just by winning some matches. Did Grizz come out of a rivalry? Was he in a rivalry? It's not going to tell us anyway. I probably killed it. So yeah, I mean the game mechanics behind it all is a big driver on how things get booked. Because really all I do now, again, it's a big driver. It's not the only driver. I'm also a creative person, so I also like to play with storylines that are, like I said, sometimes we can use, storylines through the rivalry system, and then sometimes something that's not really the rivalry system, but something that is run off of what we said earlier, that fleshed out ability between 2 wrestlers. I can make that a storyline without having to use rivalry system, which gives us a bigger opportunity to have better matches because we don't have to worry about those cutscenes that are sometimes not correct or sometimes don't happen at all. So, technological limitations and a good creative imagination goes a long way when you're dealing with 2K20 and the 2K series and WWE. But again, man, you guys have been a blast. This has been a fun night, as it always is. We're gonna do a little bit of that card subject to change as we went through some of these matchups. I think all Bud wants is Kenny Curdy's autograph. I mean, like, all he had to do was right. You guys have been buddies for damn near 4 or 5 years. Why not? Thank you, Corner. And everybody, make sure you jump over, get your WCW Monday Nitro reignited. I'm gonna keep throwing shit out till it sticks. Monday Nitro reignited with I Am Pooty 227. That comes on tomorrow night on Twitch. I did believe he said it was going to be was that a later start on that Pooty? I believe he said it was going to be a little closer to the 8 p.m. show. See if I can find that answer for us before I sign off. I don't want to put anybody in the wrong timing. I don't know where the hell we said it. Everybody picking on that. Yeah, I don't know where we said it. But yeah, somewhere along there. Nah, that's alright, because what do you say? I'll not be here for the next week, I think. Alright, so while we're on that case too, hold up, just so you know, while we're on that same case, I will not be here next week. I will not be here next week. There will be no AOK Championship Wrestling Sunday night. Next Sunday night, I too will be out of in a different city. But I will be here this Wednesday, and I will be returning next Wednesday. Yes, sir, man. And I can also say that throughout next week, throughout next week, don't be surprised to see a spontaneous or even random Ace of Knave streams. It may not be AOK Wrestling. It could be any number of things. I got a couple of ideas, and I just found a new game that I think I want to jump in, and I might want to share it with everybody. If anybody's interested to look into it, it's called Odyssey. No, Ancestors. It's a survival game, but it's also, you start as a prehistoric primate some 300 million years ago. That's, I mean, in the near future, I do have a few things that I got to get straightened out. Not only my desk, but some other things before I can do that. But yeah, I will say the camera will be coming back within the next, I don't want to give too big of a time frame, but it's either. The cam will be coming back for some off AOK stuff. I do want to focus a little more. I do want to focus a little more on some more streaming. I hear Friday nights are a good time to do that around these parts. But I got a whole lot of free time next week to play around with it. So until this Wednesday, you guys be safe, take care of one another. Remember to support each other. You got all week with each other. Play your cards right. You can find yourselves along the Marvelous Wrestling Alliance crew any day of the week. Tomorrow night, WCW, I'm going to say it one more time, WCW Monday Nitro Reignited with I Am Pootie 227. I'm going to keep saying it till he tells me to stop. Nah, that's crazy talk. There's so many reasons for me not to do that. OGM can fill you in on that some other time. But that's all the time I got for you folks. Alfie, I appreciate you, Corner. Take care. I will see you tomorrow night, more than likely, and definitely on Tuesday night. Be safe. And as always, don't forget to wash behind your ears. Get your gross back there. All crusty. Peace.